All right, so in the comments, in the description box, you'll have a link to the track Leviathan from the mighty Nothing Sacred. This is our Aussie band for the week. This is Nothing Sacred with the same album named Leviathan. 6 tracks, 22 minutes, the second EP from the Melbourne band, released February 2023 via Rockshots Records. Mind you, the first EP was back years and years ago, so like 30 plus years ago. So it's been a while between drinks for EPs. But 2 singles have been released in Leviathan and Drone. This EP sees the return of vocalist Chris Stark, who steps in for James Davies, who was on the previous album. This EP is a mix of old and new songs, with the 2 singles being new songs. Sudden Death being a previously live track, but not recorded until now. And 2 classic tracks from the 88 album, Let Us Pray, and a trance remix, one of the new songs here tonight. This band really impressed us with their No Gods album back in 2021. We all really did enjoy that one. So let's see if this one keeps things going. And Dave, how did you go with it?
Yeah, this is cool. Very cool listen. It's an easy listen too. Like 5 songs you listen to over and over. I did do that throughout the week. It gets straight to the point with the title track. Riffs are fucking awesome. There's lots of groove in the drums. Vocals are great. This is the type of metal vocals I like. It's heavy but coherent. You know, it's very fitting to this style of metal. You don't have to resort to the screaming shit, but yeah, it's got some bite, it's got some aggression. That's exactly what you want. When I was taking my notes when I was listening to this after the first couple of listens, I looked back over and I actually wrote the same note for pretty much every song. Killer intro. These guys really know how to start a song, and a lot of these songs would be like when you hear them live, like that's that fucking song. Yeah, let's go fucking crazy. Yeah. They just get down to business, and the song just draws you in. Guitar tone's fucking cool too for the guitar nerds. The lyrics are really engaging storytelling as well. It's performed in a way which is kind of hanging on every word. At least it was for me, but could be because the lyrics weren't on Spotify. You're kind of spoiled for choice these days. If you want to know the lyrics, you just click a button. I had to go old school with this. I had to really listen and hear what was going on, which I thought was cool. I like that. It's the band's got the old school approach to writing, performing this type of metal. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear they were a young band, a new band. The energy is there.
Yeah.
But the benefit is that they are seasoned veterans, so they certainly know what they're doing. Get that best of both worlds. But yeah, the fucking energy is right there. Very cool guitar work throughout. Solos are very melodic throughout, especially in Drone. That solo in that is very cool. And Guardian, that's got some very cool solos as well. I like how they have a melodic riff section in between the 2 different solos in Guardian. That was very cool. But yeah, if you like your metal, if you like your guitar playing, if you like clean vocals, but coherent vocals, there's definitely a band to check out. But I gave this EP 8.5 out of 10. Drone and Guardian were my standouts. And I tried to avoid trance remix just because it said trance, and I don't like trance.
Did you listen to it at all, honestly?
I did listen to it.
Okay, cool. It wasn't nearly as much as you expect it to be, seriously. It wasn't.
Yeah. It wasn't terrible.
Nah.
I'm sure putting trance on it was a joke. But
almost. All they did was put some synth to it, basically. It wasn't. And
it worked for what it was.
I actually didn't mind it. I actually wouldn't mind hearing them do more of that kind of stuff. It was just if you take the label trance away from it and just it's like a synth version of it. I thought it was really cool. It was a really good way to wrap it up. I know it's rehashing a track, but the song is cool and it works in both the original form and with that little extra layer of synth added to it, which is a nice touch here. This one opens strong with Leviathan. I love how chunky that is right from the get on that one. It's got great groove and swing. The vocal switch up is honestly seamless on this one. The vocals work nicely with this whole thing. The vocal harmonies were probably the more standout element this time around on this one. But the overall grunt this whole EP has is just fantastic. What I thought cool about the track Drone, like you mentioned the lead guitar work, but I thought the trade-off guitar solos, like you could hear and see in the videos too, when one guitarist plays, the other one plays, and they're trading off little solos. And I thought that was really cool. It came through really nicely on that track in particular. There's a lot of attention to detail across this one, little things here and there, especially in the mix. There's a lot of depth and punch in this one. But there's a lot more subtlety than you think in this one as well. I love how everything it's not frantic, but there's a weight to it. There's balls in the riffs. There's a lot of melody in these ones, like you mentioned the melody as well. But there's just something about this that's just really cool to take in just as a pure listener. Like you can get the lyric sheet out and go through it, or you can just sort of sit there and just take in the songs. And the delivery is fantastic. Performances are fucking great. The mix is wonderful. and everything about it is just good, solid metal, like with melody. It's just really, really well done. I thought the lyrical content in particular is bang on from the new tracks, in particular the current state of the world, and that was, really added some extra oomph or impact to these songs. And when you get to the Guardian track, that's originally from Let Us Pray in '88, and you don't feel it at all. Like, it's not they've re-recorded it. All these songs are re-recorded for this one, but the normally you get a song from '88 to 2023, and you feel like there'd be like some sort of time shift, but these songs just fit seamlessly. Like, you don't know where, unless you go and dig through it, you don't know where the old songs are and where the new songs are. You just don't know. I thought that was really well done, and it was cool for me to see Dave pick one of the new ones and one of the classic tracks as standouts on this one. It kind of shows you just how well they meshed it all together. If you didn't look into it, you wouldn't know which one was which. This one just has great attack all across it from beginning to end. There's no real breaks, but it flies by. The tempo there's enough tempo changes, but it's only a 20-minute EP, so it's not like it's a huge drain on your time. But it just flows nicely. It's easy to listen to back to back to back. It's a great companion to the album as well. If you listen to the album and you listen to this, they fit well together too. But when you get to Sudden Death, it's easy to see why that was a staple in the live set back in the day and why they would have wanted to record it now and get it out there. That's such a good song. Some serious energy. It's probably the most thrashy track on this listen here. It's almost like they left the knockout blow to the end. If you didn't have, the trance, quote unquote, remix after this would be the way they close it. And it just fucking goes bang. It's one of those ones sort of hits in the mouth and goes, okay, here, come and have another shot. And it's like, okay, I'll come back for more because it's a really good fucking song. I just think this EP is well put together from top to bottom. I think even that little trance remix, quote unquote, for Drone, I think is well done. It's not really, it's seriously not, it's not like you get sitting there getting anything from the Spawn soundtrack, for example, or the Mortal Kombat soundtrack from way back in the day. It's nothing like any of those things. It's really just the same song again with a bit of synth work added into it. And I really honestly did enjoy it. I thought that was a good little touch. And I wouldn't want a whole album probably from these guys, that stuff, but if they do a few more tracks with a bit of synth in it, I'm not going to complain. I think they actually complement what they're doing really well with that aspect of things. This whole thing flies by to listen to. It's a great EP. They're setting the table between the album and this. They're really setting themselves up to just fucking, I don't know, have a really strong resurgence in this band's career. I love everything's a mix of old and new, so it's good to get both worlds in this one. It's all working well. I love what they're putting out. I think the new tracks are the highlights for sure, but this whole thing is just solid to listen to, as is the album before. And I gave this an 8.5 out of 10. I picked Leviathan and Drone as my standouts on this one. So yeah, but please do check it out. Let us know what you think. I'd love to get everyone to check out this band in particular. As far as Aussie metal goes, these guys have been around for ages. They've been on and off over the years, but it's good to see them back doing really good things at the moment. So yeah, well done to everyone involved in this. It's a good fucking EP.